Hello and welcome back to the Deck Star Plans channel. Today we're going to recap how the team got on at this past weekend's PQ in Scotland. We'll be taking a look at how Ali took down the tournament with hand 2 ECL. This is just a quick overview of the event's meta breakdown. There were 42 players, which meant 6 rounds of Swiss. We had 2 DSP members competing in Ali and Heather. The most represented deck was Yoda Data Vault with 7. Next was PX Red with 5, and then hand 2 ECL in third. Heather was on hand 4 Tarkingtown and Ali was on hand 2 ECL. This is Ali's list. As a team, we've been experimenting a lot with hand 2 ECL. There's a few routes you can go for, and this is what Ali settled on for the event. He picked up the deck following Chris's win in Dudley, as he decided that he needed the points with Galactics approaching rapidly. He felt that hand 2 was the best deck for the job, as it has lines that can beat almost any deck you put in front of it. Ali said the line of Grogu into Red 5, then Heroic Arc was a standout for him. It deals a lot of damage to units whilst also presenting threat to push damage to base. When combined with an ECL Power Wrecker, you can really control your opponent's board whilst applying a lot of pressure. Something that he noted was that he didn't really find Bounty Hunter's Quarry to be as effective, especially when using the Heroic Arc. He struggled to find the one resource spare to play it out. Since the tournament, he's made further developments to the list, and as a team, we're still trying to push it to its limits. Ali wanted to give a particular shout out to his teammate Cormac for his coaching over the last few weeks. Without it, he felt he wouldn't have come close to winning the event. On to Ali's run. As I said earlier, it's 6 rounds of Swiss, so he went undefeated through the first 4 rounds, which allowed him to ID the last 2 into the top 8. In the 4 that he played, he started out against Palp Colossus and won that 2-0. Hand can act kinda like Sabine into Palp and just push face before the Palp can stabilise. Snoke will always be a problem for hand 2, but the Palp player has to ramp pretty aggressively to get it down before it's too late. Round 2 was against hand 2 Security Complex, which he won 2-1. If you remember from our last tournament report, this is what I played in Dudley with mixed success. Luckily for Ali, he was one of the key players in developing that list, so he knows it like the back of his hand. It can have quite aggressive starts with Ogdo and Phantom 2, and they can be really hard to answer if they get a shield on it. This leads to very close games, hence the 2-1 finish. ECL plays a big role in winning over board presence. In round 3, Ali plays against Loth Obi Mystic Monastery. This list has been popping up quite a bit on Caravast, so he had at least played a few games into it before the tournament. In these games, he aggressively traded units and saved the Wrecker ECL for any Kellerans that popped up. Round 4 was into Mono Yellow Sabe. According to Ali, this was his hardest matchup of the whole day, squeaking it out a 2-1 win. Our teammate Sam is a very good Mono Sabe player, so Ali picked up plenty of practice into the list. Whilst it doesn't make the matchup favourable, the experience was key to finding the winning lines. Lastly, rounds 5 and 6 were intentional draws to secure the top 8 spot. In the top 8, Ali faced the same Obi Mystic Monastery deck he beat in Swiss. Just like those Swiss games, he aggressively unit traded and held off his ECL Wrecker to clear a Kelleran in both games. He won that match 2-0. In the quarterfinals, he faced Yoda Data Vault. Whilst it's not a guaranteed win against a good player, the matchup typically favours the hand player. If they close things out before the Bo-Katan comes down, they're pretty happy. Lots of good Yoda players are now saving their ramp for the 5 resource turn in order to deny value from Chams and get the surprise early flip, typically using a resupply and a spark of hope. Because the top 8 was open deck list, Ali was able to see that the Yoda player didn't have any confiscates in the deck. So he went for a Gunji with a General's Blade in game 1, which went completely unanswered. In game 2, he went very space heavy and used a Wrecker ECL into a Village Protectors to end the game before the Yoda even flipped. Another 2-0 win. In the finals, he faced Anakin Colossus. Again, due to the open deck list, Ali was able to see that the list had no space units, so very much exploited that. He went heavy in space and pushed damage. He once again saved his ECL for a late game Wrecker. Apparently, the games went quite a few turns deep, and a Bo-Katan in either games would have changed the outcome entirely. This was also a 2-0 victory, which meant that Ali only dropped 2 games all day on his way to get his 100 points for Galactics. Next up we have Heather. Heather started off the day very strong with 3 wins on the bounce, beating Avar Chris Red Force, Yoda Data Vault and PX Red. All games were 2-1, so pretty close. After the lunch break, she unfortunately had some tricky matchups into some slightly more unusual decks. She faced PX Data Vault, Loth Obi Mystic Monastery and Yoda Data Vault. All games also ended 2-1, so could have easily gone either way. So some unfortunate luck saw her Heather finish in a very respectable 17th place. This is Heather's list. It's a super aggressive space aggro deck, as you'd expect, but with some great options to play on the ground when needed. The Staff Path unit is a super interesting addition, as it allows you to check for any upgrade removal in hand to keep your hand leader safe, whilst also going wide on the ground. Links to both deck lists shown in this video can be found in the description, so do be sure to check those out. Lastly, I wanted to talk about this upcoming weekend. So this weekend is going to be a busy one, as all DSP members will be out in action. Cormac, Heather and Ali will be out in the Netherlands contesting the Tilburg sector. Kieran, Sam and Silk will be at the Boards and Swords PQ on Saturday in Derby. Then myself, Sam, Silk, Greg, Chris, Josh, Martin and Pete will all be in attendance at the Loading Bar PQ in London on Sunday. With everyone playing somewhere, we're hoping to keep up our current good form and maintain our streak of DSP members in every UK Top Cut this set. Be sure to keep an eye out for our swanky new team shirts and sleeves, and if you see any of us out in the wild, be sure to say hello. So, there you go. That was how the PQ went for us here at Dexstar Plans. DSP has now made it to 2 UK PQ wins in a row, so lots of positives to come away with and even more to look forward to this weekend. As I said earlier, all the deck lists that I showed off in this video will be linked in the description, so please check them out. I hope you've enjoyed this tournament report and maybe we'll see some of you this weekend. Take care, see you later. Goodbye.